Well, good morning everybody. Supercars in Seconds here. We're going to have a bit of fun today with two modern sports cars that are really very usable. Up front we've got the Aston Martin Vantage. This is the AMR edition with those lovely green accents and the big ceramic brakes with lime green, very pretty there, in China grey. Back behind it, the McLaren GT. Both cars have a 4-litre 8-cylinder twin-turbo engine with 7 gears. The big difference is what the front one has. If I open up the door here, lots of carbon fiber, by the way, on this car. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Just a beautiful build, those 4 big exhausts and so on. Let's open up this door. So I push this little thing forward here and the back pops out, and then open it comes. They have put for me 3 pedals on the floor. I'm not sure if it was a mistake at first in the modern era of the sort of semi-automatic transmission, but we have a gas, a brake, and a clutch control. This is the Aston Martin AMR edition, one of just 200 cars with a 7-speed manual transmission, something that I miss terribly. It is really lovely to see it in the car. So what we're going to do today is take her out and see why the manual transmission has gone away, and see if we can perhaps talk manufacturers into offering it a bit more often. Let's climb inside. Oh, these seats are great. The Alcantara on the seat, you just sink right in. I love the Aston Martin wings here and up on the display as well. Rather nice there. Big 8-inch navigation screen and so on. This is really fun. So we have, if I can shade this so you can see it, it's a 7-speed manual. However, it's a dogleg, meaning it kicks across to go from first to second. That originally came from the 5-speed transmission years ago that cars had. And the 5-speed transmission, let me start this up. So I got to go clutch and brake and then push the starter. So fun to push the clutch in. It's rare today in these big supercars especially to have the clutch in to start the vehicle. Is really rather exciting for me. So I'm going to move the seat around a little bit, get comfy here. Boy, it's a lovely position in the car, it really is. And I'm low down too, it's really nice. Great visibility out the side. The mirrors are big, the side mirrors are very large. So dogleg first to second was really from a 5-speed transmission where you had the gate of 4 like a H pattern then, that would be easier to row through back and forth if you were on a fast lap or doing some racing, whatever it might be. You're not going to go into first very often, so they kind of put it out of the way. When they went to the 6-speed transmission, then it was a double H, so that reverse was kind of now an extra one that was in the way, so they pushed it off to one side or the other, giving us that straight line first to second. It's really a shame, I think, that manufacturers today have gone more for the sort of semi-automatic and these sequential and dual clutch transmissions. And that really came from racing. In the very, very late 80s, the Formula 1 teams started experimenting with these semi-automatics, and it just changed racing forever. Or bear with me. Ah, yes. How wonderful. Gosh. Oh, I miss that. Gosh, so exciting. So, the semi-automatic transmissions were great because the driver could keep his hands on the wheel. They started off with buttons that transformed into paddles on the back of the wheel just for access and consciously doing it more effectively. Oh, that dog leg is fantastic. Oh, she's quick. So this is that 4-litre Mercedes-Benz unit actually, with the hot turbos down in the V. Makes them very efficient and spool up very quickly and so on, because they're right next to where they need to be. There's not a big lag and piping system and so on. It really is a great motor. To have this motor with a stick shift is truly exciting. Semi-automatic transmissions changed racing forever. The lap times dropped by up to 3 and 5 seconds on these very fast racetracks, simply because the driver could keep his hands on the wheel. You may remember that sports cars suddenly went from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds down to 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. And that's the transmission. Those dual clutches are getting the next gear ready all the time on 2 separate shafts, and they act so quickly. You just can't catch it as a manual car. But do we really need that? I suppose that's a debate that's been going on for a long time. I've been driving this car for 30 seconds. I'm already smiling just because I'm involved more with the driving of the car. When the vehicles, these big hypercars, get up around 1,000 horsepower, I can kind of understand going to the automatics and the sequentials and so on. But this kind of power, is about 503 horsepower here, is just on the limit, I think, of what's safe to enjoy with a stick shift. Once you get above that, let me pull off here. Oh, pull that clutch out. Oh, it's wonderful. Dog leg, there you go. Wow. Gosh, I miss it. You're so much more involved in the driving. And frankly, we don't get to go to the racetrack often enough to where a lap time is vital for us, that we're trying to get that last ounce of 1/8 of an inch off the lap time, where a stick isn't just more fun. Oh, just clicking it in is wonderful. The early semi-automatics, I suppose they were, the F1 style transmissions that came in the sports cars, were actually manuals. They eliminated the handle here and simply put a metal plate, literally a metal plate, over the top of where this gear selector would slide into. I always went into first the wrong way. They would simply cover it up and then give you the actuators up here, which took a little while. That single clutch type feeling from years ago, where the car would drop and then lift up again as you changed gear, from those early sequentials, was not really wonderful. It was great in racing again, where you're trying to seek a perfect lap time, but on the road it just wasn't really effective. Today the modern dual clutch really is effective. Well, there you go. Boy, it goes through the gears beautifully. Very crisp sound. It really is like the old air slotted gates, what it feels like, where it slides in and pulls it out of your hand as it connects. A wonderful linkage. Boy, you get those turbos on the boil, they are great. Not much lag in this engine. I've seen that in the Mercedes cars too. This 4 litre is wonderful. Boy, that's nice. Like most cars, you don't really change gear during a corner, so it's you're through the corner before you start changing gear. Man, this is fun. What do you think about the manual transmission? Do you miss it? Or do you think we're just destined to have these semi-automatics and sequentials forever now? I think we might be stuck as we move further and further towards electrification. Oh, that's wonderful, moving it into first. As we, as we get more to these electric cars that frankly don't have any gears, it's just one gear, one ratio to go. It's really the end of an era. This is a 2020 car with a stick shift, and it's a joy to drive, I must tell you. Oh yeah, very lag, almost impossible. Brakes are great. They really scrub speed very hard. And a nice soft pedal too, it's very good. Man, AMR, Aston Martin Racing, did a great job with this car. Let's pull over here. Oh, that's wonderful. Put in the clutch and slip her into neutral. I remember those days, gosh. Really fun. Let's shut her off. The debate, I think, is something that's going to go on forever. Whether the Dodge Vipers, cars like that had those lovely manual transmissions, are kind of a thing of the past. This car has been so exciting to drive and really takes you down memory lane. And I'm going to miss the transmissions. I hope we can still figure out a way to give customers an enjoyment like this car has. Putting it into first gear there and pulling away, it really is so involving and so engaging. I think lap times, just irrelevant. Let's have some fun in the manuals. I miss the cars. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Please share the video and share it around. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys back on Monday. Thank you.